Latest instalment on the grounds. I've been working in the greenhouse, just trying to get ready for planting, and it's not got long now. It's coming up to March. It needs to be sorted. Problem is the soil's a bit crap and the drainage is terrible. So here's what we've been doing. Top end, where it's well drained, we've got a mix of gravel and compost, which I think I've shown you before, and I'm just doing the cuttings up there. It still needs sorting out at the back. I put some extra hoops in the greenhouse because it was getting puddles when it was raining in top. Now all this part, the drainage was just terrible. You can see the water logged in the ground. I think it's because I've disturbed the soil that we've got this problem. In hindsight, I would have done some top soil on it and just left it at that and just left the ground as is, but it's been done, so it just needs fixing. I've dug some channels either side, filled with gravel. This little section I've put some more topsoil on just so I can walk on it, try and get it level. And I think I may just leave this bit now at the bottom and not use it this year and see what happens with this drainage situation. You can see where the water's coming out here, where I've dug the extra bits, and it's absolutely full of water that's draining through off the gravel. So I may leave this bottom bit now and just work on the top bit, which is quite a big section. It's quite a big greenhouse, this. It's sort of 9 meters by 4 meters, so there's a lot of space to work for. So there's little bits sacrificed this year. I don't want to do too much, otherwise it just gets a bit expensive getting all the gravel and the soil to do it in one job. So I'm going to leave this bit now. I'm going to get some very fine gravel and a couple of compost bags on here, so all that's nice and level. This bit's nice and level, so it's all raised slightly, and I'll plant here this year, so that should be done within the next week or two. I should be able to get that done. It'd be nice to get some wood either side. You can see where I've used a bit of this metal conduit I had left, but if I could get some wood on there it'd be nice. It's just that wood around here is so expensive. It's ridiculous considering we're in the middle of a forest, for Christ's sake. It's just ridiculous. And if you get some wood yards that are cheap, they're always miles away and they charge you €100 just for delivering it. It's a bit shit. And you've got these like B&Q type places, but they want like €20 for a length of wood, when in the UK it'd be like €5-6, and it's like, bloody hell, can't be arsed. So I'll just wait and see what happens. I'll sort something out. I'm not paying that much for a piece of wood. Might nick somebody's tree, might cut a tree down and just do it myself. I don't think anyone will notice. It's a big forest. Right, boys and girls, let's have a look at the top of the field and see what we've been doing there. You can see we've got the little meadow area coming along nicely, and I'm going to be calling this the meadow because I can't be arsed cutting it. Hence meadow. I'm going to have to trim it at some point, and that is a fair old job. That's a fair old lawnmower you're going to need to cut this. Now, I do have a little lawnmower on the front of my tractor, but you have to kind of really hold it up and walk around with it. It's not easy. It's easier than a Black & Decker or a Flymo, but it's still not going to be easy cutting off this sort of grass. I think if the farmer next door is cutting his field, if I'm around, then I'm definitely going to ask if he wants to nip over here and trim the edges, trim the grass. Now, exciting news in the orchard. There's one of the apple trees. See, these are just starting to come out now. Little buds coming out. And there's one of them somewhere. Can't remember which one it is, but somewhere up here there was the tiniest green leaf coming out, which is great. I'd love to have 100% success on those trees catching. I'd be disappointed if they didn't grow. But you never know, it happens. Right, let's have a look at this top section of land. I've been working on it for quite some time, and it's been hard work. The place is full of those caterpillars. Now they are procession caterpillars. Most of those little bastards are dead because I put this stick in so I could see where they were, and last time I was up I found that little bunch and sprayed them, and luckily it's killed them, which is good news because they're really nasty little buggers. And I took a video the other day of them walking around the land and it was quite amazing, but that video, when my arm was sort of 20 centimetres away, I knew they were dangerous to touch, but what I didn't realise is they can expel their hairs when they see a predator. They flick the hairs off and they catch in the wind. And this is a week after. I don't know if you can... Let's get the sun behind me. But I've still got this rash on my arm. It's all over my chest, even through my t-shirt, my chest and my belly. It's just itchy as hell. Really itchy. It's horrible. It was the itchiest I've ever been. Especially that first night, I couldn't sleep. I was up all night, and the only thing I could find that helped was really, really hot water. So it kind of burning the little dots, and it seemed to ease the itchiness a little bit. See, there's another little bastard. Son of a bitch. They're everywhere, and there were just thousands of them on this bit of land at the top on my camping area. How dare they? How dare they come on my land, the little bastards. There's more there. They're fucking everywhere. There's thousands of them, absolutely thousands, and this is where they are. Look at them all there dropping off. And there were more last time. Thing happening again. Now I was planning on rotivating all this. So all this was going to get rotivated, and then I could rake it out so it's kind of level. It's still a little bit raised at the back area there, but it's tough soil, so I was going to rotivate it all and then just rake it down. It shouldn't be that difficult a job. But then it rained, so we'd had 2 weeks of dry spell. It was perfect for doing. I was getting ready to do it, and the heavens opened and it absolutely peed it down, and I'm left with this thick clay mud, so that's no use. I've still got this turf here, which is still usable, and I may just put that back on. I may put some gravel, may sort of grass seeds. As I've said before, I've not decided. Now up here, I've piled on this side some of the turf, and round here I decided to stack it up against the side. I've only done it on this side, and the main reason for doing this was I just couldn't be honest getting it down to the bottom edge of the field. It was really hard work, that, just loading it and loading it. So I just got all this edge, threw it over, and I'm going to build it up. So this will be like a herb garden and things. We'll put something on here that's nice, some lavender or heather. Another one of them, little bugger. Good. So there we have it. Now those caterpillars, the one I've just stood on there, that little, I'm not going anywhere near that little bugger, so those hairs are nasty. But they're pine processionary caterpillars. And if we look up in the treetops there, you see like those big cobwebs, and that's what they are, and that's where they come from. So the moths fly up, lay the eggs in the pine trees, and that's a silk web, and they all live in there over winter, where it's nice and warm, and then they come out and eat all the pines, and you can see the live nest because all the pines next to it are all brown and dead. So they've killed that part of the tree, and they can do some serious damage to pine trees. And they are being controlled in the south of Spain. There's so many of them down there that there are notices everywhere, and they're controlling them. But they've snuck up north, and they're doing some damage. I'm surprised the local authorities didn't do anything about them, but there you go. Anyway, once they are ready for pupating and turn into a moth, they come all the way down, and they come and find a nice bit of soil, and they come in that long processionary line all the way down the pine trees. They find some nice soil, bury in it, pupate in the soil, and In late summer, they'll come out as a moth, and they only live for about 24 hours, 48 hours as a moth, in which time they'll mate, they'll lay eggs, back up in the trees, and the cycle starts again. But there are absolutely thousands of them. Now, when they spend most of their life, obviously, as a caterpillar stage. There's another one. And they don't have any predators as a caterpillar. Now, there are some birds that will take them on. I think the blue tits and the great tits will take them on, and we've got a few of them around here. But apart from those, there's nothing else eats them because they're so toxic. And they will kill a lot of animals. So dogs, if they get their hairs on the paws and then lick them, or they try and eat the caterpillar, it will kill them. So they are a very toxic little bastard, and they need sorting out. They're very invasive. It's because of climate change they're coming up here. Normally they'd be in the south of Spain. Because it's getting warmer and warmer, the cold winters just don't kill them off anymore, because we've not really had a cold winter. So there you have it. What else have we been up to? Yeah, so there's the camp area that will be sorted. I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be a really nice little place. So once we get it all grassed in, or whatever I do to it, it'll be a beautiful little spot to bring the kids. We can have a small fire, we can have the tent open and facing the woods, we can look at the forest for deer and what else is there. And this is a nice little area. I'm looking forward to using this. I've even thought of putting an oven into the land, so I might dig into the land here and put a chimney so we can have a fire, and I'll put a grill inside and have like a clay oven, natural clay oven in the land, which will be nice. But I'll do that at a later date. Let's get the thing sorted first. It's good to know that poison that I had has killed those. I put this stick in. I found this little group yesterday, and I put this stick in the land so I knew where they'd be, and then I sprayed them with this insecticide. And I think, looking at them, they're all dead. Most of them are dead, and hopefully they died a horrible, nasty death, itching. I hope the little fuckers itched when they died. There we have it. I have a wildlife camera, which was here the other day. I put it here so I could see all the land, but I didn't realise the sensor would be so powerful it'd pick up the traffic. So I got nearly 700 photos, and